Hey guys, Matt Hines here. Got a little exercise routine for you today. Core balance and mobility. This is at workout number 11, core balance and mobility. That's what this works on. No equipment needed, just a yoga mat. About 30 seconds each exercise. I'm going to do a more advanced version first as I demonstrate this, and then I'll do an easier version. This is part of the series, the Balanced Body System workout routines for the fall of 2020, which are all at-home routines. I got 3 of these CBM routines. I got 3 strength routines. I'm going to be putting these out here over the course of the next few weeks. I'm going to read off of this sheet here, which you can download the sheet. I'll add a link to the downloadable sheet, personalizable as well. If you want to consult with me, go to thebalancedbodysystem.com and sign up for a consultation. And I can make one of these workout routines that's specified for your needs. All at-home exercises with minimal equipment. So let's get to the routine. First exercise is a prone hip extension, grabbing the ankles. On the floor, grab right above your ankles, and then extend the hips, roll the shoulders back. Hold that position. To modify this, scale it down by just doing an arch hold. Next exercise, floor S sit tricep stretch. So I got my legs one crossed in front, one crossed behind. I'm trying to have my torso straight up and down. And then I'm going to add a tricep stretch in here, using the back leg, the arm of the back leg side, reaching down the back, and a little assistance from the other arm. Keeping your shoulder externally rotated as you stretch will really make this stretch even more amazing. Got to get both sides. And now to modify this, you could just skip the tricep stretch, or do the tricep stretch just standing, and do the S sit separately, because it is pretty challenging for your hip. And another modification is just to lean away from the back leg side. Okay, next exercise is floor splits, front splits. So I'll come through here and get as much of a stretch in opposition with my legs. Some people can go all the way down into a full split. I'm using my arms in the middle to brace me. To modify this exercise as I switch sides, you can just do a wide split stance. It might be helpful to have the wall next to you to keep you balanced, or to actually scale it up a little bit from there if you had something in between that you could hold on to, like a chair or something that's low down here that you can have your arms holding on to. Okay, great. Next exercise is a back roll to V sit. So make sure you have enough space for this one. I think I've got enough space. And so I'm going to first begin in a back roll, which try to get your feet all the way to the ground, and then I'm coming into a V sit here, as much width in your stance as possible, and dropping the elbows toward the ground. And then I'll repeat. Keeping it tight, hollow while you're transitioning so that your butt doesn't slap on the ground. And then to modify this, you can just do the V-sit, holding this position, and then you can do a tight knee tuck and holding this position, just breaking it into two parts, especially that roll is, it's pretty challenging. Okay, so next I've got floor body bridge leg lifts. So I'll go into a body bridge up, center one of my legs on the ground, extend the other, and lift and tap it down. Very challenging exercise for me, so I'll just do a couple of reps. And then, just scaling down, I can just go for the holding the arch, which is hard enough. I can do just a hip bridge, or maybe one step up from that, I would do with the arms back behind, bridging up from there. Great, next exercise is plank front jumps. So I'm gonna get into a front plank, and then I'm gonna jump my feet out and in. Jump out, jump in. As I do this, I'm gonna try to minimize the amount of range of motion at the hip. Try to stay as tight as possible. You'll need a little bit, but minimize it. Okay, to scale this down, just stepping out and in, or just doing the front plank, you can scale it down that way. Next exercise, lateral lunge to narrow squat. So center your feet to begin. Then I'm going to step to the side into a lateral lunge where I'm creasing from the hip, torso comes forward, all the body weight comes over, most of it anyways, to one side. And I'm stepping the feet pretty close back together, about hip width, coming into a squat. Very challenging for the outsides of the ankles to squat with a narrow stance, but that's what we're going to be working on, that flexibility to do that. And then I'll go to the other side with the lateral lunge. Step together, narrow squat, step to the side, lateral lunge. To modify this, you can have something that you're holding on to so that it takes a little bit of weight off of your body. You could also modify by breaking them into two different parts. The transition is a little challenging. And also you can just modify by just doing regular stance squats, and you can do them assisted as well. So we got standing, arms behind back, neck circles. Rotate your shoulders back, tuck your chin, clasping your hands together behind your back, and then just beginning to do a neck circle. Just really make sure you keep your chin tucked the whole time, and then you're just going to look basically with your eyes, draw a big circle and get as much range of motion at the neck as possible. Do both sides. To modify that, you don't have to do this part of it, or you can do this separate from the neck circle. All right, a couple more here. We've got standing hip hinge to push-up position. Some people call these inchworms, but there's a certain way that we're going to do this inchworm. So first, I'm just going to do a hip hinge and get the hands down on the ground, and then I'm going to inch my hands as I go while keeping the feet where they are until I'm in a push-up position where the palms are right underneath the shoulder. And then I'm going to inch the feet to the hands as far as I can go. I'll stand up, and then I'll hinge walk the feet back, walk the hands back, stand up. And then I can repeat that. To modify it, I can just hold the hip hinge position and then just hold the push-up position, so I don't have to do the transition like that. Standing pretzel stretch. Stand, establish the balance, cross one leg over the other, and then kind of do a one-legged squat, which at a certain point you'll hit the limit by the crossed leg glute. You'll feel the stretch there. Hold that position. Some people probably call this, I think this is tree pose. To modify this, you could just hold on to the wall, hold on to the post, or just come to the ground and do pretzel stretch on the ground. Standing arm running mechanics is the next exercise. So you can do a split stance position, and you can go really as low into the split stance position as possible. And then from here, just make sure that your torso is upright, roll the shoulders back, and then I'm gonna just go like I'm running with my arms. The rotation is just from the shoulders. I'll switch sides. And as quick as you can, just bringing the hand up to the chin and driving the elbow back as far as you can. To modify this, just don't go so low into your split stance position. And also you can just control the speed, just go a little less. You don't have to go too rapid. Lunge stance to knee lift and overhead reach. So I'm gonna start with the feet together. I'll step back, reaching back, and then I'll extend my hip, drive the other knee up, reach the arms overhead. And then I can alternate legs. Okay, good. So to modify this, I don't have to take a big step back. I don't have to reach all the way overhead, although you try to reach as high as you can. And you can also hold onto the wall for balance as you go up to a high knee lift. All right, last exercise are agility hip circles, okay? So I'm going to kick back and then circle around with my leg, but I'm gonna have a little bit of jump off the ground with my other leg, which will, well, it'll allow the hip motion to happen more quickly. And it's also just kind of fun. Working on your balance. Notice the arms working in opposition of the hips and the legs. Okay, so modify this. Don't worry about the jump. Also notice that I'm leaning forward, slightly hinging from the hips so that the torso is forward a little bit. To bring it down a little bit more, just hold on to the wall and go through that same range of motion. Okay, so that's it. This routine I try to go through every week, and it really feels amazing no matter what you're doing. If you're trying to achieve really advanced levels of fitness, this will help you to be kind of restorative. Or this can also be, for some people, kind of the extent of their exercising, and be really great for not only the core balance and mobility, but also for strengthening. All right, I'll be back with more routines soon.